Welcome to the Crimson Tide Connection, your home for Crimson Tide sports. I'm joined today by the head coach of the Alabama men's golf team, Seawell. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. How are you?
Pretty good, Coach. Thank you for coming in today. Yesterday was a pretty exciting day for the Alabama program, as well as former player Michael Thompson. Can you talk about him winning the Honda Classic? He had a couple of amazing shots in there to win it, and I'm sure you had to be pretty excited for him.
Yeah, it really was. It was an exciting day. Watched every shot, with the Golf Channel and then the coverage in the afternoon, and so basically got to see everything. And the long putt on 3, and I guess when he entered the bear trap was when I really got the most nervous.
Right.
I think he had a 4-shot lead at the time, and Ogilvy's about to chip in, I guess, but. There's water on every shot, and we recruit down there. There's a big junior tournament down there, so you understand the holes and how hard they really are, and so there's a lot of water.
Right.
And so every time the ball was in the air, watch it on TV, you're just hoping it hit dry land, of course. But Michael played beautifully, hit some fantastic shots, I think, under the highest of pressure, 15 and 17, even 16. And 18 was beautiful, well played, and strategically and physically, and so we're just really proud for him. It was a great moment. It's the first guy I've ever had who won a PGA Tour event, and so I guess as a coach, I was very proud of that, and for Michael, who's just a class guy, and so he's always represented us well, and so it was a great day for Alabama golf, but more importantly for Michael.
Coach, I'm sure you, like you said, you still consider him one of your guys. What was it like for you, though, this time? You can't just walk over to him and tell him, hey, you need to do this, you need to do this. You're sitting at home, just watching it on TV. I'm sure that had to be kind of nerve-wracking for you.
It really was. It was, it's a helpless feeling. Yeah. Like I said, I think I tweeted it yesterday, I feel like I'm entering the bear trap, which is a very difficult stretch, and so you're just sitting there and you're hoping. Michael was just spot on. I mean, I talked to him last night, and I just told him I don't think I've ever seen him so composed. He seemed like just a regular round, and the shots he really hit were fabulous, fantastic shots, right where he was aiming, right where you needed to hit it, and the things he needed to do, and it was just like I said, he earned that win.
Right.
You don't just bump into wins on the PGA Tour; they're very hard to come by. And just very proud of him, especially how he played,
right.
And then, a few weeks ago he wasn't, in that spot,
right.
It was very low. I think Johnny Miller banged it on a drum too many times, but of where Michael hadn't played very well, and he came and saw us a couple weeks ago, and so nice to see from where he was 2 or 3 weeks ago into now. It's just a very, I think, be inspiring to our players.
This is a pretty close team, and some of your former guys that are on now playing professional, they're still really close with this team. What is it like to have a player like Michael now that has won a PGA Tour event to still come back and kind of be with the guys and kind of guide them or kind of help them along too, doesn't it?
It really does. It gives them some inspiration.
Yeah.
Michael has so many great attributes that our guys really respect and look up to, and they're aspiring to be Michael, where Michael is, and so they are their ears to the ground. Everything he says, they're really truly just listening and closely. They get to play with him, and so they get to see how a tour player handles everyday golf, his practice, his preparation, and so our guys drew a great deal out of it. Talking to Michael last night, something that really meant a lot to me is he called and he just wanted to say thank you for letting him come back in practice. And he, like I said, he was here a couple weeks ago and played with our guys.
Right.
And he said the guys inspired him, their attitudes. And so I made sure I passed that along to the players, that they inspired him also. So I think it's a two-way street,
right.
And I think it's what makes Alabama golf special.
Well, Coach, speaking of special, you're coming off a win in the Puerto Rico tournament down there. Kind of talk about that, and what does that do for this program kind of going forward, so early into the season now?
Well, I think a great deal. The third time we've won it. You go down to Puerto Rico, people always snicker or smile that you're going to go. You better go win. Well, we're 91 under par in 3 rounds there, 3 tournaments there. 33 under tournament record this time, and had a great battle with Oklahoma though. And so I think that was the most important part that came out of it. Oklahoma stayed shot for shot with us the entire, last 15 holes of the golf tournament, and our guys knew it. How they responded to that challenge is what I'm most proud of,
right.
And especially the last 3 holes. Everything we do, we always talk about the last three. From even Michael said it yesterday. Finish strong. We're geared that way. And the last 3 holes we played, I believe, about 5 under par, 4 or 5 under par, and they played it 3 or 4 over par. And so that's where the tournament was
right.
won on those last 3. And so the challenge and how we responded to it is what I'm most proud of.
Well, Coach, this weekend you had the Southern Highlands Masters in Las Vegas. Can you talk about that course and just kind of how you feel like your team is going to fare against that course, maybe some of the competition there?
Well, it's the best field this side of the NCAA, maybe even the NCAA. Every team's in the top 25 except for the host team, and they've won it 7 of the last 9 years, I believe. UNLV, it's a very local knowledge golf course, very long, 7,500 yards, but the greens are U.S. Open. Hunter Hamrick really struggled there last year, a former player, but played really well in the U.S. Open because he said the U.S. Open greens were no different than Vegas greens, so he was prepared. And so that's what we're coming to. We're going to come to a mental tough golf course where par is a good score, where you're really going to have your attitude is going to be as important as your ball striking. And so plus your competition. You know, we're playing the best. You know, 8 of the top 10 teams in the country are going to be there. And so we need to be really sharp mentally. And I'm hoping that's what they draw from Michael this week is really a toughness. You know, we didn't fare very well here last year, and so I think the guys understand that. I think we have a better understanding of the golf course because we played it last year, first time, and so looking forward to the challenge. You know, anytime you know, we've won Puerto Rico before, so we kind of knew what to go, and we have a confidence there. Going into Vegas, we got some hurdles we've got to overcome from last year that are probably still there, and looking forward to that challenge.
Coach, you know, it's kind of coming off Puerto Rico, going into Las Vegas. Where is this team right now, and maybe what are a couple of things that you think this team really needs to get down pat and need to, you know, really focus on going forward? Well,
you know, we still need to find our lineup. We are still trying to find. We're going to play a different lineup this week than we did at Puerto Rico. We have a very deep team, and we're trying to find the guys that are really going to fit into that 4 and 5 role. We're set at 1, 2, and 3, and Scott Strohmeyer and Trey Mullinax will be playing this week at Vegas, and so we're looking forward to seeing what this team can do. And so I think just coming together, a confidence within each other, kind of an attitude, a positive attitude, and just kind of a, you know, I hate to use the word, but swagger about you, that really just comfortable confidence amongst each other, and not really, because golf can beat you up a little bit if you're not careful, and really those are the things we need to work on, and Vegas is a great start for that.
I understand what you mean about swagger, and I promise you that is not the first time that word has been used on this set. So
okay, good.
That has been used before.
I've been hung up with young people a long time.
Well, congratulations on having a former player win a PGA Tour event. Congratulations on Puerto Rico, and good luck this weekend in Las Vegas.
Thank you.
Thank you for head coach Jay Seawell. I'm Christopher England, and that's it for this edition of the Crimson Tide Connection.